This is David Black. I'm a criminal defense attorney here in Phoenix, Arizona. And today I'm going to talk to you about a jury trial. What happens in a jury trial? All right. Kind of I don't want to say it's a dying art, but something that happens less frequently than it used to is the jury trial, the American tradition of a trial by your peers. And we do jury trials here. We do them frequently. In most cases, it's absolutely true, resolved via plea agreement. I mean, that's the way things are these days. And a lot of what we do, I'll talk about in separate videos, is negotiate deals for people. But sometimes those deals fall through, and sometimes they're unreasonable, and sometimes clients are completely innocent. And in those circumstances, we move forward and we generally elect a jury trial. So there are several parts of a jury trial, and all of them are a little bit different, but I'm going to go through the main ones. So if you're sitting here thinking, I wonder if I'm going to go to trial and what might happen at the trial, here are some things to expect, all right? So the first thing you should know is that you will get a judge, and in some courts, it's the same judge you've been seeing all along. In other courts, like Maricopa County Superior Court, oftentimes you get assigned a judge the first day of trial. You'll then pick a jury. So what does that look like? Well, there are going to be any number of potential jurors that come to the courthouse in the morning, and they're going to know nothing about your case. There might be 20 of them, 40 of them, 60 of them that will be screened, ask some general questions to see if they can sit through the jury process. At some point, the judge and potentially both lawyers will have a chance to speak with the jurors both collectively and individually to see if this is the type of case ultimately that they believe they can be fair and impartial for. Okay, so our job as a defense lawyer during that is to find people who say or indicate that they can't be fair for our clients. All right. As a side note, there used to be something called a peremptory challenge, and that was a challenge where, without giving any reason, as long as it wasn't based on race or other prohibited justifications, we could just boot a juror. I think they're looking a little funny. I don't like that they're a probation officer, but they swear they can be fair and impartial, but they work for the county probation department. Well, and I talk about this in another video. Recently, the courts have done away with peremptory challenges, and so that's been kind of difficult for us. But the next thing that'll happen in a jury trial, you'll get preliminary jury instructions read to the jury. Jury will hear those instructions. You will then give opening statements. So the prosecutor will go first and the defense attorney will go second. Finally, you'll hear testimony from all the witnesses. At the end of the trial, you get closing statements. Prosecutor goes first, defense lawyer goes second, prosecutor gets to go again. They say it's fair because they have the burden of proof. I don't know how fair it is, but I certainly would rather them get 2 bites at the apple than us have to prove your innocence. And finally, at the end, the jury gets handed more instructions. That may happen actually before closing. They take it and they deliberate. So those are basically the general parameters of a jury trial. You can go in depth on any one of those things, and with 15 or 20 years of experience, you're going to be able to talk about a lot of different things. But generally speaking, those things happen in each and every jury trial. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. If you have any questions, feel free to call me.